This is August, so we're heading into the driest month. And you can see that there's very little water actually flowing through the creek, whereas through the winter and spring and early summer, this is actually a pretty vigorous stream heading down through here. The intake is right over here. And it's a very simple thing. It's just a basin. It was at a natural narrowing of the creek. I used to have the head up another 300 feet, but I found that it was very hard to maintain that for not very much more head height. I was only getting about another 15 feet ahead for 300 feet of line, whereas this is just where the intake is, and I have a very simple filter. It's just a piece of PVC that has been had a scarf cut, and then I've screwed in some galvanized 1/4-inch hardware cloth to keep the worst of the debris out. And the only damming I have to have is enough so that I actually have a pool of water to cover the mouth of the intake. That's all. I don't need any more standing water than that.
Yeah, this is really simple. This is amazingly simple.
And
so had you ever thought about, well, I guess since you don't really have much problem with sand and silt, there's no reason to go to a finer mesh.
No, in fact, that actually would make it harder to maintain, because it would just clog up with that.
Right.
As I said, and except for when we have enough of a storm that riles up the water and pumps a lot of sand or whatever into the creek, I don't worry about it very much. And so I've just sort of sculpted this stream down here so that there's this pond. I have the bottom of this basin lined with an EPDM piece,
yeah.
just because the ground is so porous here that if I didn't do that, it would just run everywhere. So I've just created a bowl out of EPDM, which is like roof membrane or pond membrane, to keep the water there. And even still, there's water running extra, but as long as the intake is below the top of the water line, it's at capacity as to how much water it can take in.